Myron dropped the cold reality about most Muslims.
Here's a red pill for you guys that you guys really got to understand. Okay, and Muslims are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Islam does not teach you to critically think. I'm sorry.
Stop.
Not true.
Go to ChatGPT. Type in how many times does the Quran tell people to reflect or ponder?
How many times does the Quran tell people to reflect and ponder?
Let's see.
Sometime today. Here are some findings. The verb yatafakaru, meaning to ponder and reflect, is said to occur 17 times in the Quran.
So depending on which words you count, you may get different totals. Okay.
I mean, off the top of my head, it invites you to bring something forth just like the Quran, if you think it's not from your Lord. It says that the truth stands out clear as day, inviting you to look into other religions as well, because if you're on the truth, if you're looking into something else, it should only either affirm your belief or you go and follow the truth at the end of the day. I do agree in the sense that a lot of Muslims are too hive-minded. So Islam does teach you to critically think, seek truth with an open heart, find the evidences, look into it. But a lot of Muslims are very hive-minded, in my opinion, and they don't critically think. So can you agree with that at least, right? A lot of I think that's in most religious communities. Like it's a spectrum of, I don't know if it's IQ or whatever it is.
Okay? They teach you the Quran. You're supposed to memorize surahs. It's a very let's memorize approach. Okay? Rehearse, memorize, have the Quran memorized, etc. Cool, whatever, right? It doesn't really push you to critically think. Okay? It's a very
Yeah, that's just not true. The religion 100% pushes you to critically think.
No, we don't need to. We have all the non-believers attacking us in every second, but we have to go back and be like, well, does that make sense? Let me go look at this. Are they right? Are they lying? Like, we're thinking all day.
I'll tell you this. Once I accepted Islam and I started getting all of the attacks about Islam, and whenever I looked into them and saw they were complete nonsense,
made you believe even more,
or they were logical fallacies, it only affirmed my faith even more.
Very structured religion. This is the way it is. It's very rigid. You're going to learn this surah. You're going to learn this surah. You're going to learn how to pray. Do the wudu in this way, etc. It's very systemic, and it's created that way so people know how to follow. It's a very good guideline for life, right? It is. But the problem is that these guys don't get it. Like, yo, I understand that Islam has this way of doing things. I'm Muslim myself. I get it.
As the Prophet said, in the end of times, people will wear their faith like you wear a t-shirt. Isn't that what he said? Meaning, it's like let's say you're wearing a Nirvana shirt. You're not even a Nirvana fan. That's how people identify as being Muslim. Yeah, I'm Muslim. Yeah, but I haven't prayed in months and I don't actually submit to any of the teachings at all.
Play.
But guess what? This isn't Saudi Arabia. This isn't Sudan. This isn't Egypt. This isn't Lebanon. This isn't Syria. This isn't Iran. This isn't Libya. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is not a Muslim country. Okay? So the things that you do in UAE, you can't do here. The things you do in Saudi Arabia, you can't do here. There are people here that are not Muslims. You must understand and respect that.
We do.
Okay?
How are we not?
We do.
Respect that. Okay? You can't freak out if people criticize the Prophet. We have freedom of speech here. This isn't a Muslim country. I'm sorry.
Bro, the only countries that you can't criticize Jesus, peace be upon him, are Muslim countries, bro.
That's the irony, right? That's the irony. We have more respect for him than they do.
I've never heard a Muslim say a bad thing about Jesus in the world. You can call it blasphemy for saying that we don't believe Jesus is God, because that's what they'll say. Anyone who rejects Jesus as God is a blasphemer. Look at your own denominations. The Jehovah's Witnesses do not believe Jesus is God.
Sorry, bro. And we don't want to change it into a Muslim country. A lot of these guys get offended when I say shit like this because it's like they've astaghfirullah. They've never heard this shit before. So they're like, oh my God, this is, it's the truth, bro. This is not a Muslim country, bro. And this is the uncomfortable truth that a lot of these don't want to hear. Because a lot of you guys can't think outside the box. So rigid. Everything is haram. Nobody wants to hear that shit, man. You want to be a Muslim? Cool. Do it. But don't sit here and try to lecture on what they need to do, or come into a country that isn't your country and then impose your will on them. They don't want that shit, bro. And I'm telling you guys what everyone says behind y'all backs. This is how everybody feels about the Muslim world. This is how people feel about Muslims. They're annoyed by it, bro.
What are Muslims forcing anyone to do in America?
Nothing.
Name one thing.
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
Have we forced someone to pray? To stop drinking alcohol?
No, we haven't.
To do anything?
Do we have to go like, no, we haven't.
That's what they act like we're doing. We're putting guns to people's heads saying, yeah, put your head on the ground. Look at this position of dominance where your butt's in the air and your head's on the ground. Yeah, that's the most dominant position in the world.
Right? So let's not overstay our welcome. Let's show respect to the host country. And that's it. I'm not telling you guys not to practice and be religious and everything. No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying it's a problem if you're going to do the Adhan 5 times a day, wake people up. It is going to be a problem when you guys take to the streets and pray in the streets. Right, close out the roads and stuff like this. Disrespect.
Where are people closing the roads? I haven't seen this once. When people prayed in Times Square, there's multiple blocks in Times Square.
No, there's no.
It was a section of one of the blocks. No, and there wasn't any cars there.
No,
it's not on
you
the
weren't
street.
even. You were in a square. It wasn't even the actual road.
Yeah.
You were in like a plaza.
Bro, it was really not that many people. I'm not going to lie. It was not that big. And on that square, there was plenty of space for people to go around and do their thing. People came up, asked questions, grabbed Qurans. Like, there was nothing wrong with what was going on there at all. I saw it with my own eyes. I was literally there.
Up. And you all know damn well they would never be able to do that in Saudi Arabia. Could you imagine if like 100 Christians try to block off a road in Saudi Arabia to pray? Come on, bro. You tell me they're not going to jail?
Did bro just compare Saudi Arabia to Times Square? Saudi Arabia, the holiest place for Muslims, comparing that to Times Square, where historically it's been the Mecca of New York for prostitution, gambling, drugs, drinking. That's the Mecca of New York City. And this is what you're comparing the holiest place for one of the biggest religions in the world to? Bro, I just don't get it. He's too smart for this, bro. He's too smart for this, for these false comparisons.
They try to do that
But also, like, why is there so much outrage for people praying? Isn't that what America needs? Praying?
Is he going to abuse?
People submitting to God? If America doesn't start submitting to God, this country is completely finished.
We're already finished. I got news flash for you. We're done.
Christian, Muslim, whatever, bro. This country needs God.
It's a matter of
So when people start praying and we get this reaction, that's how you know.
And UAE try to do this in one of these other Muslim countries. You think they're not going to give them a big problem with that?
Also, bro, there's tens of thousands of churches in Muslim countries. Under Sharia, you are allowed to practice whatever religion you like. Kuwait is 20% Christian. Plenty of other countries too, bro.
Come on, man. We know the Muslim majority countries are never going to tolerate that shit, okay? So don't get mad when people don't want you to do certain things in their country that you would never accept in your country. Just be fair. This is a very fair measure take, but a lot of guys are going to get mad at me. Oh, bro, what the... Guys are rigid, man. They're very rigid, and that's a problem. And I'm just saying the shit that no one else wants to say because they don't want to get criticized by, you know, the whole Muslim community on YouTube. But I think I have a pretty measured take on this situation. I don't think that it's appropriate to act fool and push your religion down people's throats, man. Like, nah, bro, that's not fair. That's not.
But how, Myron, how are we pushing it down people's throats? The Times Square thing was 8 months ago. It was 0 degrees out. There was barely anyone out. I didn't even want to go. How is any
We're
Muslim
not knocking
pushing
on doors. There's very few places I see anyone even trying to preach.
As God says in the Quran, whether you invite them to Islam or not, it doesn't make a difference on if they would be guided or not. Bro, you don't see Muslims out here knocking on doors or putting up stands or
Big posters.
The only time I've ever seen anyone giving dawah was when I was there helping out. That's the only time. And we stand there with Qurans, and if people come up to us, we talk to them. We don't even go up to anyone.
No.
You literally have Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on...
Mormons too.
Let me tell you about... You heard about your Lord and Savior,
Yeshua.
Jesus Christ?
You heard about Yeshua. Hey, I know you're in there, Muslim. Open the door.
Hey, but a lot of guys are going to get mad at me. Oh, bro, what the... Guys are rigid, man. They're very rigid. And that's a problem. And I'm just saying the that no one else wants to say because they don't want to get criticized by, you know, the whole Muslim community on YouTube. When you're shutting down Times Square, okay, to pray, which, by the way, is a symbolic Western location, okay? There's a reason why they're doing that. I'm not stupid, all right? They're shutting down Times Square, praying with loudspeakers and to do what? To assert dominance,
So
okay?
they're not shutting
That's what
down.
they're-
Traffic is still moving. People are still walking. They have never shut down Times Square. Times Square was shut down when the Albanians took over in 2008 when we declared our independence. Someone I know was involved in organizing that event, but we won't mention his name. We'll just whistle in his direction. That's not shutting down Times
Bro,
Square.
I'm telling you, I was there. There was nothing about
shutting
Times Square
down
shut
means no traffic can get in and out. That's a complete shutdown. People can't walk. You guys didn't shut down Times Square. You exercised your First Amendment right in Times Square. You didn't shut it down.
With loudspeakers to do what? To assert dominance, okay? That's what they're really doing. I'm not stupid. Let's just call a spade, all right? I'm probably the only Muslim that will admit this shit. When they're shutting down Times Square.
I love how he goes like,
Bro,
has he ever stepped foot in the mosque, bro?
I don't know, probably.
I mean, God knows
off
what's
the
in his
streets.
heart.
When they're doing the identification, it's to assert dominance. And if you bitch ass don't want to admit that, then I will. Because
Myron, your Jewish manager, Gary, the numbers guy, he won't even put his head on the ground to pray to his creator out of arrogance because he thinks it's a submissive position and it's gay. This is his own words. This isn't, I'm not putting anything in his mouth. He said this himself. So how does your manager think that putting his head on the ground is submissive and gay, but Muslims doing it is asserting dominance.
That's how Moses did it.
Which is it?
In their book. Pull it up.
But he's not. He's ethnically Jewish. He's not religiously Jewish.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't make any sense. It's not. It's not dominant. That's my point, bro. A lot of people, a lot of really like high T masculine guys, have to put their ego to the side to put their head on the ground. It's a very humbling position to do. Same thing with wudu. The first time I cleaned myself and I put water in my nose and I cleaned my feet and everything, I was like, wow, this is really humbling doing this with your boys. This is crazy. I didn't know. It's not dominant. There's nothing dominant about it.
Liars. It's to assert dominance is to let people know that we're coming. And I'm here to tell you guys, the people of these Western countries have every right to resist you saying we're coming and we're going to take over. They have every right to resist.
Who is saying that, man? Where have you seen Muslims saying we're coming and taking over? Have you? I haven't seen that. Have you?
No.
Bro.
I'm tired of hearing this nonsense.
I know,
Every
bro.
day it's some new.
Someone's got to defend it, though.
Him and Laura Loomer should go have lunch together. Bring Nick Fuentes out too while you're at it. As a matter of fact, you should bring Laura Loomer. Bring who else hates our guts?
Valentina Gomez.
Valentina Gomez. Oh, you got to have her.
Tommy Robinson.
Tommy Robinson. You guys should all get together, have dinner and lunch, talk about these made-up fairy tales you guys tell the world. Go ahead.
They really do. Because this is not a Muslim country. It's not. And I know you guys don't like hearing that shit. But if you guys want to hear that shit, go to Saudi Arabia, go to UAE, go to Qatar. These countries are all beautiful. They're safe. You don't got to worry about 99 genders. You don't got to worry about lutis. Mafi lutis.
The fuck is he?
Mafi haramiya. Mafi mushkila. Go over there. Go over there, bro. Goddamn. But when you guys come in here and you guys want to pray at the Times Square and everything else like this, assert dominance, because that's what it is.
Yo, I can't believe he's this mad over something 8 months ago. 8 months ago, and brother, nothing about Times Square shut down.
That's what I'm saying. About clout chasing.
That's what it is.
I know.
Low hanging fruit.
That's a problem. Because let me tell you something. Right now, and you guys all know I'm telling the truth, a bunch of Christians went to Mecca and tried to do that shit to be beheaded. And
Can we go to the Vatican and call prayer and pray? If we can go to the Vatican, because that's the equivalent of Mecca, yes or no?
Yes.
Can we go to the Vatican and call our prayer and pray in Vatican Square? No. So compare apples to apples, at least. You f***ing neck bone.
I just don't understand all of the hate for the Adhan anyways. Basically, everyone I've seen that heard the Adhan for the first time, it was a very emotional and powerful experience.
Listen, I could get why they don't want to hear it out loud. I could understand that. But at the same time, I would say, but you know what's crazy? I'm not hearing church bells anywhere anymore.
Facts.
Growing up as a kid,
every
I would
day.
hear the church bells, the boom, 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 boom. They play little lullabies. But I guess no one's praying no more. Man, I don't know. I don't hear the churches at all.
Facts. I didn't even think about that. I never do.
Now, I would have said it's fair if like we have to hear a bell. Remember, this country is not officially a Christian country. It wasn't started as one. It hasn't been one. And there's nothing about it right now that's Christian. The fact that you guys allow this filth into your homes, into your children's education system, the fact that you've legalized taking babies out of the womb, the fact that most of your marriages start completely out of wedlock, you guys are having fornication, the fact that there's nothing Christian about your country. You guys have bigger fish to fry. Like, I think you guys need another Martin Luther. You need another reformation of your faith. How secular your religions become. If Santa Claus and giving gifts and hunting for Easter eggs of chocolate is all like they have left, bro.
You know what's so funny, bro? Christians have convinced their kids.
Pray for real, dude.
Christians have convinced their kids to fear Santa Claus, the all-seeing man in the sky, more than God himself. Kids are literally more afraid. Kids are more afraid of messing up.
You better not. What the f? When does Christianity start in America? I would love America to operate by the Bible.
Brother,
I would love it.
Just the fact
I would love it.
Just the fact that there's so much filth in society and people are having this much outrage over a call to pray to God. That's what it is, a call to pray to God. That shows how black our country's heart is right now.
Yeah, but you got to understand something, bro. Always put yourself in the shoes of the non-believer.
I get their thing.
As a
I don't
white
want to hear
boy,
no Arabic. I don't.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but as a white boy, it's the same. First time I walked into a mosque, I was laughing, bro. I'm being real.
Yeah, first time I heard the Quran.
I was like, because it's so alien to you.
Yeah.
Then you put in the preconditioning, the movies, every time they hear Allah, they're thinking, get down. Like their first reaction is not, oh, it's a beautiful call to prayer. It's like, oh my God, get down. They're about to blow us up. Okay. That's what those words mean. Thanks to the Arabs' cousins who made all these movies like Delta Force. Get back, I said, get back. Get back, I said, they made all these movies to dehumanize anything to do with the faith or the culture of the Arab, to make people automatically hate them, automatically assume they're hostile. Okay. And so they associate that call to prayer with something's about to explode right now. Okay, that's what's happened in America, bro. Crazy.
I know it. So shut up with this dumb shit about, oh, bro, like, you know, we should be able to do what we want. We want to do it for the day. Try to do that shit in Mecca, they would be cooked. They'd kill those Christians in 5 minutes. Beheaded immediately. Beheaded immediately. And if not, they're going to jail. So don't come here with that.
We should try to go. We should fly into Italy. Let's try to go to Vatican Square and let's put the rug and try to call prayer and see what happens. I guarantee you both of us will be arrested.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet? Or if we said 500 Muslims show up to the Vatican, let's pray. They would arrest us. You can't do that there. That's a holy ground to Christians. So he's making no sense.
I know, bro.
But to the non-believer, it makes sense. Yeah. Because anything to hate a Muslim, anything to hate them, dehumanize them. Clowns.
I know, it's like Muslim. I mean, Myron, you're so logical. Can't you see all of the logical fallacies and inconsistencies that people are pushing against Muslims right now? Like, there's no need to attack, bro.
He's got no safe refuge anywhere now. He's got the Jews that want him. Now he's got the Muslims. Yeah, he's cooked, bro. Black people want him. Like Myron, leave one group of people. Like, at least leave one country where you can go, bro. I bet you he's been up in that apartment in Brickell. He hasn't stepped foot outside of his house. Has he ever grown a beard? I don't know him like that. Has he ever had a beard like this?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he's trying to grow the beard. He could put the glasses like this, put the hat, try to hide. Like, but yo, you're not going to run from intelligence, bro.
Let's see.
And if not, they're going to jail. So don't come here with that, bro. That's what annoys me with these. Like, you guys are not honest. You guys are just not honest.
So I just want to do a little research. I want to see if there's anything in writing yet, okay?
About what?
Just hang on a second.
Can Muslims go to the Vatican and call prayer in the square? All public worship there is strictly Catholic, controlled by the Holy See. Non-Catholic public worship, including Muslim prayer, Jewish services, Protestant gatherings, is not permitted inside Vatican territory or St. Peter's Square.
There you go, Myron. Myron, Fresh and Fit Podcast. Mecca, there's a very large square. Pull it up on the map. What's it called? The Ikrama?
You got it.
What is it called? Mecca non-Muslim zone, right? Non-Muslim zone. Okay, because all the other Muslim countries have Christian churches and Catholic churches and Orthodox churches. Okay, here's a map. Okay, there is a region is considered sacred land in Islam, just like the Vatican has its sacred square that doesn't allow not only Muslim and Jewish prayer in that region, not even other Christian denominations. Any non-Catholic prayer is not allowed within the Vatican. So the Muslims have a region like that also. It's called the Mecca region. But throughout the Muslim world, there are churches and everything else, but not in this, okay? Not in this Muslim territory that is considered sacred ground that only Muslims can worship in. Just like we're allowed to go visit, but we can't pray as Muslims in the Vatican's ground. Myron, you're a hypocrite. You should retract the statement and apologize to 2 billion Muslims for spreading Islamophobia and division and being a hypocrite.
Especially when it's just so unnecessary, bro. Tate too, bro. Like, Tate last Christmas was worshiping Jesus. He's publicly denounced Muslim terror attacks when it wasn't even Muslims. It was Christians. And then he didn't take his statement back either. He didn't even come out and be like, yo, I was wrong. Bro, if you're so quick to jump to Muslim hate and you call yourself a Muslim without even looking into it, there's something deeply wrong with your heart,
You have a responsibility as a public figure. I'm going to say this again. Whether it's Myron, whether it's me, whether it's the Laura Loomer, because you believe in God, right, Laura Loomer? If you are spreading lies and misinformation, especially with the intention, because God knows what's in your heart, to create hatred, which will only fuel racism and war, you will pay a heavy price in the next life, even in your own religion. Us, as public figures, I've made many mistakes, and usually we start every lecture, and we need to start doing that on this show too. Please verify anything we tell you. We're human beings. We have fallacies in us. We make mistakes. Our memory can jog. Please double check everything we tell you. Only God is perfect. You have a duty as a public figure to give accurate information when you are talking about large swaths of people. That's number one. Number two, if you make a mistake, you need to go back on the very next minute you find out you were wrong and apologize and clarify, because people are getting killed because of this type of hatred. You are not helping the world come together. People like Myron Bull, there's a lot I agree with. Unfortunately, there's a lot I don't, because whatever good he's doing, he's canceling out with clearly what we've just debunked in front of the whole world.
Hold on, let me read this.
Like, you guys are not honest. You guys are just not honest. So these guys have every right to resist that you guys are trying to assert Islamic dominance in a Western country that isn't a Muslim country. I tell the truth whether it benefits me or not, and this is coming from a Muslim guy.
It's not benefiting.
I don't like to admit this, but it's the truth. It is what it is, bro. And if you are going to complain in the comment section and talk and say, oh, well, Myron, you're not a Muslim, or Islam. Bro, This is why so many people have a negative connotation of Islam.
No, people have a negative connotation of Islam because Islam gets constant propaganda thrown at it and lies. The people in Dearborn, Michigan have done nothing wrong, bro.
For 70 years.
The people in Epic City in Texas are trying to make their own civilization so you guys don't try to kill them because there's so much hate going on right now. What have the Muslim people done wrong in America? 7/11, that event wasn't Muslims. All of these recent attacks on churches, haven't been Muslims. The Charlie Kirk shooter wasn't a Muslim. The guy who stabbed a white girl on the train wasn't a Muslim. When's the last time a Muslim has seriously done something wrong in this country? For the amount we're talking about Muslims, it's a ridiculous discrepancy to how much violence is actually going on. It's not even close.
You guys want to come in, you want to shove it down their throat, you want to force to do the shahada, you want to force to pray, you want to
There's no compulsion in religion, as God says in the Holy Quran. What are you talking about? What are you saying, brother? I've never seen someone even be remotely forced to take their shahada.
Say it now. This is what's happening every Friday. Say it now. Say it.
They did the same thing with me. They did the same thing with me.
You're so stupid, dude.
Say their shahada. What? To say there's nothing worthy of worship but God. That's your shahada.
No one can force you. They're not allowed to force anybody.
Yo, if you want to become Christian, you got to jump in a pool. If you want to become a chosen person, you have to go to school for 5 years. If you want to become Muslim, you have to say there's nothing worthy of worship but God, and Muhammad is the slave and messenger of God.
Final.
That's all you have to say. At the time of Jesus, you would have said there's nothing worthy of worship but God, and Jesus is the messenger of God.
Say it now.
Dude, but like, why are you lying, Myron? I like you. I really do like you. I like most of you.
I tried to help him.
But why are you lying? Nobody's forcing shahadas. I think it's Gary or something getting in his head. Like,
force people to tell them that the religion sucks and Jesus isn't a God and all this other bro. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You want to be able to practice their religion without you judging them, without you giving them a headache, without them having to hear that done. They don't want to hear it, bro. This ain't your country. Sorry.
You host religious debates. What are you talking about? You've hosted Muslim Christian debates. Social media is the new town square. The only place where Muslims are really even giving dawah is on social media.
Because they're under attack.
Meaning dawah, meaning inviting people to the message of Islam. Notice that, inviting people. You cannot force someone to become Muslim. And if someone ever does that, it is completely forbidden. In the Quran, the direct words of God. Come on, bro.
Go to a Muslim country if you want that. There's plenty of them. There's like 50. And a lot of them are clean and safe. That's what it is, bro. Look, man, I've been in different circles. I talk to people from different places. I tell you guys all the time, when people talk about blacks, I tell you what people say about blacks behind their back. When people talk about Hispanics, I tell you guys what they say. With Muslims, we got to have a real discussion here, okay?
Why not bring a Muslim
People
on?
get really annoyed when you try to shove your way of life and your religion down to...
Brother, no offense to the Christians, but you guys are the ones constantly using statements. Christ is king, Jesus is God. Muslims don't just say statements, we use logic. You guys are the ones that are actually trying to force your worldview onto others by saying declamatory statements. Do you see the difference in what Muslims say versus Christians just spouting stuff? So we'll say like this whole logical thing proving that, you know, there was tampering with the Bible and this and that, and then they'll just say, Jesus is God, Jesus is God.
Say Christ is Lord.
Say Christ is Lord.
That's one of the greatest clips ever, dude.
Every knee shall bow. Yeah, like they're the ones making the nonstop declaratory statements.
They get really annoyed by it. Nobody gives a that you pray 5 times a day. Nobody cares that you're religious. Nobody cares that you cover yourself up. Nobody cares about none of that shit. Where people start to get annoyed is when you try to put your way of life out there outwardly where people have to accept what you do, okay? Once you interrupt other people's way of life, it becomes a problem. And here's the other thing too, because let me address this too. Someone will say, oh, well, Myron, the church bells go off. What's your comment to that? Oh, you know, well, Christians do this and it makes, here's the thing.
I've never heard a Muslim ever complain about the church bells.
Say it's a Christian country. You got to say, I dare you. I dare you to say it's a Christian country.
This is a Christian country, so shut up.
Wait, nah, I'm stupid. What's the official? What is the official religion of the USA? What is the official religion?
The United States has no official religion.
Not a Christian country. And I would never know with all the rainbow flags flying everywhere, naked women, all these disgusting things you can do. What they're teaching your kids that they can change their gender in public school. In public school, which that should not even be spoken about. What happens in people's bedrooms, those are private matters. We're having literally almost about to have a civil war between people believing a man can marry a man and they should be able to adopt kids, and you can chop off your wee-wee and make yourself a girl. This is between the Christians, I guess.
As Muslims, we wish this was a Christian country.
We wish, Myron, we wish, as two Muslims here, we wish it was a Christian country. We wish they were operating by the Bible. We want to follow the example of Jesus Christ and the commandments that God brought. It's not a Christian country, brother. And even if all the Muslims left, all these problems they have right now are only going to continue with or without the Muslims.
Facts.
He said it's a
If
Christian
niggas want to gather around and say Hail Jesus all day and shit like that, it's a Christian country. Shut up, bro.
Nobody's saying they can't do that.
No one's saying they can't do it, and it's not a Christian country. Not officially, not an inception. Founding forefathers didn't call it that.
This is the most illogical I've ever seen, Myron.
Honestly, just like if I'm a Christian or I'm a Westerner and I'm in a Muslim country and they're doing that 5 times a day,
You got to put up
I got to
with it.
shut up.
Yeah.
When I go to the UAE, I don't say a goddamn word. I shut up. I respect the customs. I respect the religion and I respect the culture. Is that so tough? I shut up and I don't complain.
I don't got a problem with church bells. You.
Okay? You want to be in America, you want to be United Kingdom, you want to be in Australia, etc. These Western countries that are founded by Christian people, you got to follow the rules, bro. Like,
When we say we wish this was a Christian country, we mean that we wish it followed the actual teachings of Jesus. Not
And-
people coming after and corrupting and twisting his words like some have done. Meaning actually following what Jesus taught.
And he kept kosher, and he kept the Sabbath, and he kept the 10 Commandments.
Another big difference with Jesus is he hasn't taken political authority yet. They love to compare Jesus to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Prophet led an army. He was a political leader. Jesus never got into a position of power. He was hung up on the cross, unfortunately, as you guys believe.
Horrific way.
In the most horrific way possible.
Which we don't believe happened.
It's like you're comparing a prisoner to
Emperor.
an emperor, and then you're comparing their actions. Like, it's a false equivalent. You can't even compare the two. When Jesus comes back, even as you guys believe, he's going to be like this. He's going to be like this, whacking people.
With a
He's going to
sword.
come. He's going to stab the Antichrist. Like, it's just...
Every knee will bow. We believe that too.
you got to follow the rules. You just do. And people get mad at me for saying that.
We are following the rules, Myron. We have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. We have the right to express ourselves. We have the right to buy pieces of land and develop them, just like the Amish, just like the Mormon, just like the Jews who have their entire sections of Brooklyn, just like the Koreans, just like the Chinese that have literally the entire town and cities only in their language. We can't even read. It's not even in English. So unless you guys can have the same animosity towards every single ethnic group and other faith, shut the up on behalf of the Muslims.
You got to follow the rules. You just do. And people get mad at me for saying this shit. If they want to put the church bells, they get the right to do so.
Do it.
Now, I know what someone's going to say
Let's
here.
play some
dumbass
church bells
nigga,
for them,
oh, well,
please.
Myron, there's...
No, seriously, can we play some church bells? Please play some church bells. Here, two Muslims, we're going to play church. Play it, Bell. I hope your churches get packed. I hope they get full and people actually go and listen to sermons that make them a better person to try to get towards God. Play them some church bells in honor of the freedom of speech. Myron Gaines. That's his last name, Gaines? Myron, these church bells are for you on behalf of two Muslims. We respect our Christian brothers and sisters. We respect the First Amendment, Second Amendment. We respect freedom of religion. We're tired of being the boogeyman and the monster every time. Nobody cares what you guys do. Our book tells you. Here's what our book tells you. Go to the chapter of the non-believers. Surah Al-Kafirun. Please, pull it up.
You do it. He thinks I'm Jamie.
Here we go. Actually, Myron, this is what our faith tells us. Chapter 109, Surah 109 of the Holy Quran. God says,
Wait.
قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ وَلَا أَنَا عَابِدٌ مَا عَبَدتُّمْ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. Oh, you who disbelieve, meaning you don't believe in our faith of Islam. I don't worship what you worship, nor are you worshipers of what we worship, nor will I be a worshiper of that which you worship, nor will you ever be worshipers of what we worship. For you, your religion, for us, our religion. This chapter came from God, clearly showing religious freedom. We're not going to agree. You go your path, we'll go our path. And I think that's kind of what the founding forefathers meant too. Everyone can practice their faith, be peaceful, be respectful, follow the rules. We're following the rules. We're following our First Amendment, the right to assemble, the right to have congregation, the right to pray. What are we doing wrong?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, if they want to play the Adhan anywhere in the country, I think that just they have to hold.
They actually have that right legally.
I'm saying they just have to hold a vote. If the majority of people there vote for it, then isn't that how our country operates?
I mean, if the town's ringing bells, why can't the Muslims have their call to prayer.
But I'm saying even like have a vote. Have a vote.
I was going to say in here, some dumbass, oh, well, Myron, there's the separation of church and state. Let me talk to you guys about the separation of church and state, because I explained this shit too.
Yeah.
Right? And I did a whole tweet about this shit. I got like over 1 million views and shit. You know, it was pretty well written. I spent some time on it.
Yeah.
But let me show you guys this shit real quick, because people always misinterpret this whole separation of church and state shit, right? Let me find it real quick for you guys. So I made this tweet. Let's see what's the impressions on this? Damn, 1.6. Let's go. We cooking. All right. Anyway, and I address it right here. I know the counter arguments. America has freedom of religion, or there's a separation of church and state. Let's clarify this. The phrase separation of church and state comes from Thomas Jefferson's 1802 letter to Danbury Baptist Association. It refers to a law protecting religious freedom from government interference and preventing the state from controlling churches. It's not a blank check to practice our faith in ways that disrupt others. I'm talking about Islam here. We don't need to assert dominance with mass public prayers in symbolic Western locations. That's not faith, it's provocation, and it disrespects our host nation. Muslim majority countries would never tolerate similar behavior from non-Muslims. Why should we expect different standards here? Let's show the same respect we're shown abroad. Let's practice our faith humbly, integrate thoughtfully, and live as good neighbors. That's how we honor Islam and earn respect in return. If you want to openly hear the call to prayer 5 times a day, there's plenty of safe, clean, and beautiful Muslim countries you can visit or even move to. And these guys love Western expats, by the way. UAE, Qatar, these places love Western expats. So you guys could go there and be fine. But the separation of church and state was literally the separation of church and state so that the state doesn't get too involved with the politics, or the state doesn't get controlled by the politics. Has nothing to do with Islam or Judaism for that matter. So look, bro, like, I know some of y'all are raging at the thing right now saying kafir or some other the facts are the facts, bro. Okay? The facts are the facts. Praying in symbolic areas of the United States is disrespectful. Doing that Dan 5 times in major cities out loud, interrupting everybody else, is disrespectful.
With his logic, Dr. Martin Luther King should never gave his speech, I Have a Dream, because they were against the system. They assembled in a public, very important place. He gave a sermon.
Bro, it's a free country at the end of the day. People go into Times Squares with big speakers and blast Sexy Red. No problem with that at all. A 30-second call to prayer 8 months ago in Times Square is getting him this mad. There's nothing about the Adhan that's shoving it in people's throats. It is an invitation. Come to salvation. Come to God. God is the greatest. There's no success without a relationship with God. There's nothing forcing about Islam at all.
It's disrespectful. Forcing people to speak your language is disrespectful. Like Mayor cucking out speaking Somalian. What is that? What is that? Learn English. Learn English, bro.
I agree with that.
Learn English. We're not going to speak Spanish. We're not going to speak Somali. We're not going to speak Arabic. Learn English, bro.
Yeah.
When I go to Dubai, when I go to UAE, I speak Arabic. I do my best, and I force myself to use Arabic as much as I can. It's called not being a disrespectful.
I mean, I agree with that, bro. Whenever you go to Italy and you're going to order food or something, you should at least try to do it in their language. That's just basic respect.
And respecting the country that you're at. Because again, if any of us, right? Because the reality is this. We come here, we think we could pray on the streets and do that damn 5 times a day and, you know, impose our will and all this other shit, bully these Westerners, right? We think we could do all that shit. Here's the reality. If Westerners went to Saudi Arabia, if Westerners went to UAE, if Westerners went over to any of these Muslim countries, try to block off the roads and pray and try to build churches and, you know, try to do the church bells all the time and say, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take over this country. We're going to make this a Christian country.
Myron clearly also doesn't understand that one religion is objectively the truth. He doesn't get that. You can clearly tell.
Be in jail before the sun falls, man. And you all know it. They would be in jail immediately. So let me say this, to end off in this. You cannot sit there, right, and try to dominate an area that's being tolerant of you and then get mad if someone else comes over to your country and then tries to dominate you in the same way. When you know damn well you would never tolerate that shit, okay? Don't come here to America or Western countries trying to dominate with your religion when you would never accept that from where you came from. You can't go to Pakistan or any of these places and pray on the streets. Get out of here. It's
Hundreds of churches in Pakistan.
Christians don't even pray. Like, they don't even know how to pray. Like, they put their knees on the ground and they go like this. Like, they don't have an actual, what would be the only equivalent? The rosary? That would be the only equivalent. But that's my point. It's like Christians don't have like an actual, like, their other, I guess, ritual would be when they go to church on Sunday and they eat the body of God. That's like their equivalent. I don't know, bro. But they don't have an action, my point is, of like putting their head on the ground or anything.
Let's start riot. Subscribe.
I've been in these Muslim countries. It's not happening. I go to Sudan, talk about, oh yeah, praise Jesus. Bro, I'm going to be in a guillotine a couple hours later. It's not happening. Okay? Tired of Islam. We don't need to make it worse. We're 1% of the population here. 1 to 2%, bro. Like, come on, man.
It doesn't even feel like that, right? It doesn't feel like we're
With the amount we talk about it, absolutely not. It feels like
I feel like I meet Muslims everywhere I go, dude, in the U.S.
yeah, we're
It's got to be more than 1 or 2%, dude. It really has to. I just, for me, in New York, definitely, we're not just 1%. Every Uber driver, every taxi driver, every like.
Actually, facts, bro. There's a lot.
Vegas, same thing. Every driver,
Dude,
LA, Persian, Muslim, like, bro, I don't know.
The stats on people accepting Islam are complete nonsense too. It's if you look it up, it says like 5,000 people accepted Islam from conversion in the UK last year. I'm like, bro, I know
keeping accurate records of that, dude.
Nobody. I can guarantee me accepting Islam didn't go in a book somewhere or nothing.
Exactly.
Bro, how could you track it? Your shahada is such a personal thing. It's literally you saying there's nothing worthy of worship but God. That's all it is. How could you possibly track that? Bro, there's definitely hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people accepting Islam in the US and in the UK each. You guys are sleeping on how many reverts there are. There's a lot.
Damn respect, man. A lot of you guys are annoying. Like, I'm annoyed. I can only imagine what other people think.
The one guy in the world is annoyed.
Like, bro, show some goddamn respect. It even says so in the Quran. Like, show some respect to your host nation, bro. All right. That's going to piss some people off. But anyway, yeah, of course, I get this in my chat. Yassine Ibrahim, Myron is grifting all the Christians in the chat, LOL, and you're not Muslim. Shut up, bro. See, like you are the problem, bro. People like you are the problem. This is why so many niggas like, I hate the Haram police, bro. I'm not Sneeko. Well, shut up and get out my chat, you like, yo, I will literally tell you guys to off. You Haram police are literally content killers, bro. You guys are vibe killers. You guys are content killers. Like, get out of here, man. Go do.
He's got a point there, bro.
Myron, finally you said something.
All right, Myron, we can agree on that one.
Some dawah somewhere else. Like, I'm not scared of you. Ooh, read a Quran somewhere else, man. Like, I'll roast y'all. I do not give a out my chat, bro. I'm not scared of you. Like, I don't give a get out my annoying peasants. You guys are annoying as you Haram police, bro. You guys are the worst. You guys are like ticks. It's like, I just want to smack the out y'all, man. You guys are annoying. And here's the thing. Nobody likes you guys. You guys realize this? Like, the only people that tolerate you are the Muslim. You guys sitting in the mosque talking about, oh, I'm a bigger devout follower than you. I'm a bigger devout follower than you. I've noted this much to mosque. I've noted this much. Oh, well, I'm gonna get married tomorrow. Shut up, man. Shut up. You guys are insufferable.
He's right. He's right.
Out my chat, man.
He's right about this one.
Like you guys at all. You Haram police are the worst.
Everything
you guys are
we do. You're
the
breathing
biggest
the wrong
losers.
Way. You're breathing the wrong way.
You niggas are whacking up the
way you breathe is wrong, brother. It's haram, bro. I'm tired of it, dude.
Hey, talking about I'm a devout Muslim. Get out of here, you. By day you read Surah Fatiha. By night you whapping off, fapping all over the place. Get out of here, man. You hypocritic ass. Get off my shit, man. Talk about I go to the mosque on Fridays, but then you whacking off on Saturdays. Shut up. Hypocritical.
At least half of them, bro. I'll give them that. At least half.
You got zero tolerance for any other religion, but you.
I mean, another big reason why I would say like so many people watch porn is because, bro, nowadays it's so hard to get married. So if you're trying to protect yourself from zina,
bro, that is hard. You're committing with your eyes. It's the same thing. You might as well, it's going to count against you like you did it. I don't think they understand. When you're watching these videos, on the day of judgment, it's going to be as if you were doing the act.
Whatever, bro. Myron, we'll pray for you, bro.
Myron, we're praying for you, bro.
May God guide you back to the,
we're not
the right path. And
I've been in your chair before.
Bro, Myron, honestly, bro, like I'd recommend you start looking into Islam a little bit more and praying. Maybe
like actually learn about the faith.
At least once a day, bro. Because look, man, I'd hate to see something happen to you and you weren't, you weren't on team, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
God forbid you got kirked,
Yeah, bro. Like you're doing a really good message out there. I say the same thing, Sneeko too, bro. Like I hope you guys are praying as much as you possibly can, especially before you leave the house, bro. Especially because you never know. One of these times might be your guys' last. Same with us, bro. Same with us. On a different scale.
Zahid Hamid, welcome to the family. Subscribed.
Yeah, man. You've done a lot of good, bro. I don't want to see it go to waste. And yeah, that's it, bro. Wishing the best for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot I agree about, but he was 90% wrong in this video, dude. 90%. Like, I don't know if it was intentional or not intentional, but damn, Myron. Come on, bro.
Tate did the same thing too, bro. He did the same thing. And the fact that Tate never took his statements back, he actually blocked the Muslim Lantern. That guy's the GOAT. Islam GPT.
I don't even know who that is.
He's awesome, bro.
I don't watch this.
He's so awesome, bro.
He's the man?
The best.
We're ever going to meet him?
Him and Sheikh Uthman are GOATs.
He's with Sheikh Uthman?
They don't do the same. They do different content.
Shout out to the Muslim Lantern, bro. I guess the UAE.
You know what though? It is dope that the Muslims have like stood strong with this stuff. Like I don't watch Tate at all anymore. I never do. I used to watch him all the time. Everything he dropped, I would watch it.
I think the dunya pulled him back in, bro.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he's been in Romania so much, and he's still around his old friends that aren't Muslim. Like your environment plays a really big role in you,
brother.
If he was around like sartorial shooter, who's like really on Dean and those kinds of guys a lot, I think Tate.
And you guys got to understand, man. You got to take it easy with reverts, bro. When you're too much hot on police, you push them away, man.
Yeah.
You make them regret becoming Muslim. And doing the same thing with 𝐒𝐶𝐞. Like, bro, a lot of you were born on the path and you weren't even on the path a lot of your life. Like, take it easy with them, bro.
Yeah.
You got to give some room for, like, it's not easy just to go into full submission. Like, so at least they took the first big step, which is declaring it, right? Telling the whole world that they are. But if we're hard on them, it's like, you know, you're going to snap them. You're going to make them say, well, I guess I'm going to hell. I guess there's no way out. I guess I might as well go back to my old ways. Like, you got to, this is a faith of hope. This is not a faith where we sit there condemning each other all day. And you're not God to judge anyone. We have to try to guide each other. Like Surah Asr says, you know, وَالْعَصْرِ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ آمَنُوا وَعَمَلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. By the token and the passage of time, humanity is sure at a loss, except for those who push each other towards goodness, right? Instead of being hard on these people, you need to be soft, welcoming. No one likes to be scolded. Inspiring is better than scolding. Inspiring 100%. Is better than scolding. Nobody likes, you're done. You're going to go to hell. It's haram. Like, that just pushes people away. You got to be,
it's haram, bro.
And what people forget is that the Quran, the first passages to come down were all about mercy. And then the passages of punishment came down. So for years, only God was talking about mercy.
Yeah,
God himself sent the book down with mercy first, and then the punishments.
You guys have to understand.
It's the same thing with a revert. There's wisdom. There's a hikmah there.
The pagan Arabs at the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him, would be like the equivalent to people accepting Islam before they accepted it. Back then, they had 20 years of the Quran coming down to fall in love with God and slowly phase out their bad habits. Now someone accepts Islam, they mention it publicly, and you guys expect them to be perfect in 2 seconds. Even the companions of the Prophet,
we're still drinking.
The people around the Prophet himself weren't perfect right away. They got to meet him, shake his hand, hear from him directly, and they were still on the wrong path until more revelation came down. So chill the f out, guys. Pardon my French. I didn't mean to swear there. But chill out, bro. Seriously. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. Join the Sonny Clipping Army. Everyone watching the live or the video right now, we will literally pay you to clip these videos up. We're shooting for 500 million views a month. We're pumping the money we make from this channel back into it. So the monthly prize pools will only keep going up for you guys. Join, come learn how to edit, be able to talk to me and Beck directly. It's a pretty cool space. A bunch of other cool guys in there. And that's it.